We go up 7 floors.
That sounds just right.
But the pool's about 100 feet away. You'd have to take a good running start, wouldn't you?
Right there, Dennis knew he could work something out with this Billy Darwin. I could set my tank right next to the hotel, dive from the roof into 9 feet of water, do a matinee performance and one at night with spotlights on me 7 days a week.
How much you want?
Dennis spoke right up, talking to a man who dealt with high rollers. $500 a day.
How long a run?
The rest of the season, say 8 weeks.
You're worth 28 grand?
That quick, off the top of his head.
I have setup expenses. Hire a rigger and put in a system to filter the water in the tank. It stands more than a few days, it gets scummy. You don't perform all year?
If I can work 6 months, I'm doing good.
Then what?
I've been a ski instructor, a bartender. Billy Darwin's quiet voice asked him,
Where are you?
In a room at the Fiesta Motel, Panama City, Florida, Dennis told him, performing every evening at the Miracle Strip amusement park.
My contract will keep me here till the end of the month, Dennis said, but that's it. I've reached a point. Actually, I don't think I can do another amusement park all summer.
There was silence on the line. Billy Darwin may be wondering why, but not curious enough to ask.
Mr. Darwin, he said, can you get away before you finish up there?
If I can get back the same night before showtime.
Something the man would like to hear. He said, fly into Memphis, take 61 due south, and in 30 minutes you're in Tunica, Mississippi.
Dennis said, is it a nice town?
But got no answer. The man had hung up.
This trip, Dennis never did see Tunica, or even the mighty Mississippi. He came south through farmland until he began to spot hotels in the distance rising out of fields of soybeans. He came to signs at crossroads pointing off to Harrah's, Bally's, Sam's Town, the Isle of Capri. A serious-looking Indian on a billboard aimed his bow and arrow down a road that took Dennis to the Tishomingo Lodge and Casino. It featured a teepee-like structure rising a good 3 stories above the entrance, a precast concrete teepee with neon tubes running up and around it. Or was it a wigwam? The place wasn't open yet. They were still landscaping the grounds, putting in shrubs, laying sod on both sides of a stream that ran to a mound of boulders and became a waterfall. Dennis parked his rental among trucks loaded with plants and young trees, got out, and spotted Billy Darwin right away talking to a contractor. Dennis recognizing the Robert Redford hair that made him appear younger than his 40 or so years, about the same age as Dennis, the same slight build, tan and trim, couple of cool guys in their sunglasses. One difference, Dennis's hair was dark and longer, almost to his shoulders. Darwin was turning, starting this way as Dennis said, Mr. Darwin? He paused, but only a moment. You're the diver.
Yes, sir, Dennis Lenihan.
Darwin said,
You've been at it a while, huh?
With sort of a smile. Dennis wasn't sure.
I turned pro in 79, Dennis said. The next year I won the World Cliff Diving Championship in Switzerland, a place called Ticino. You go off from 85 feet into the river.
The man didn't seem impressed or in any hurry.
You ever get hurt? You can crash. Enter the water just a speck out of line, it can hurt like hell. The audience thinks it was a rip. Perfect.
You carry insurance?
I sign a release. I break my neck, it won't cost you anything. I've only been injured, where I needed attention, was my first time at Acapulco. I broke my nose.
Dennis felt Billy Darwin studying him, showing just a faint smile as he said,
You like to live on the edge, huh? Some of the teams I performed with, I was always the edge guy, Dennis said, feeling he could talk to this man. I've got 80 dives from different heights, and most of them I can do hung over, like a flying reverse somersault, your standard high dive. But I don't know what I'm going to do till I'm up there. It depends on the crowd, how the show's going. But I'll tell you something, you stand on the perch looking down 80 feet to the water, you know you're alive.
Darwin was nodding.
The girls watching you. That's part of it. The crowd holding its breath. Come out of the water with your hair slicked back.
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.